You're in tune to the Ugly Truth Podcast.
You know, I grew up in a family that is military oriented. My other brothers was police. My other brothers was senior ranks in the police. And during that time when they joined the police force, there was something that they would like to approach and to talk. And as they grow older in the police force, and their clothes start to change from one color to the next color, their attitudes start to change. That they becomes very unapproachable, so you can't approach them. You see, I am a system now that allows me to see a number of things that the police do. Some that I turn away and walk away from. Some that I stand up and say no. Some that I would say, you see what you're doing, I wouldn't accept it. But, nevertheless, have you all ever seen or went or go to the hospital and see a son lying on a bed with bullet holes, shoot all up inside of him? Police knowing who committed the offense, although they know this thing that happened, there are some police that they will go to and give information. And 2 days after the Saturday see them with the very same information they give to them, they will be person who giving the message socializing with the sister and the wife. How will the police system deal with such occasion in terms of building back the confidence into all these people to want to trust the police who socializing with the same set of people we want to get information against? How would you do that? My book is a very dangerous book. And my family now saying, look, you need to reitemize the position in terms of wanting to fight crime with the police when the police don't care about you. Look what happened in front of your gate. You could have lost your 2 sons. You could have lost your 2 sons. And today, you're in a predicament that will have it very within the police. Mom, I go like me go like that. I'm very straightforward. No is no, me yes is yes. But if I as a citizen will come out and willing to work with the police must give me some guarantee that someone on the I'm taken care of. That your safety is taken care of. I don't want to see police going in an area, park up in a vehicle, and they're doing the same thing that the villagers do. The linemen, the drinking, the smoking, everything, the tackling, the stealing. But that doesn't happen. How do we build back that trust? Because there are some people who will come to you in the blue and tell them, call me, give me any information you want. Next month you see them in brown and they're passing the street and they want, I did not know that. This is where we keep going wrong and wrong and wrong. I just wanted to share the sentiment of Thomas and Street, my love, and the Thomas and Street, Walking Street, Erica Street. There was an incident at one by where 3 men lost their life. A man stopped to urine and he was dead. Some of the police know all who did what. And they are afraid to even go to the area where the person who had committed the anywhere. You take an oath to uphold your duty to fear God, fear and favor to all man of man. And this is our committee. We have been problems trying to understand who we could trust in this service. Who we could trust in this service. Who could we trust? Today we know you're responsible. Next week we're corporate. The whole attitudes are changed. So who we will go to now? Who will we go to now? And when your colors start to change now, it becomes worse. You're unreachable, you're unstoppable, you start thinking about up here. You're not studying from where you come from. So the problem is some that we have problem, I have learned. I wonder if you take police from San Fernando and bring them down here for a month and send Border Spain up to San Fernando. What good will my level be? Because we are police who very close to certain people that we're not supposed to. We're afraid to even say anything because of social life. So many people that we might not talk to them about. We're afraid. And when we all, it's like you are working, you are not safe. You're not safe. And my work, I am now concentrating on sending in my people because it has reached that critical. With me, it has reached that critical with me. So I am now asking the head public, the head team, what is your strategy in bringing back the confidence to the people that you need to get information from? How will you treat the information that is willing to be coming to your ears? How will you treat with that? Because I just go to the station and see people come to make report and somebody writing a piece of paper and say, I'm going to take a report. And I just sit down and watch that piece of paper that the desk make a serious report. The cleaner come and clean them, treat them and treat them. That person who went to and make it, they dead. How do we deal? What strategy you have to build back the confidence are the people that are willing to come and get the information? Mr. Chair, like your speech? No? You didn't want to watch now? You want to take? No? How do the police intend to bring back the confidence of the people that were willing to come to them to say, I was in town one day, a man shoot a man on Downtown Street, on George Street, and run straight into me. Straight into me. He just like what I walk with him. And we don't know him. Me. And no police can come at me like that. Not again. Not again. So, I want the police tonight to tell me, Councillor, you might not see a time. But what strategy the police have to make me and other people just like me willing to want to come and give information to the police? Because when they go to the police, it's go to John. John tell them go to Tom. Tom tell them go to this one. And you get frustrated and you forget to go to.
The Ugly Truth.
Good evening. My name is Hazel Smith. I am the Vice President of the Besson Street Police Council, which is part of this area. And we have been coming around with the police officers wherever they go in the community to support them and also to encourage people, because it is very difficult to come. I really wish that this meeting was outside, because if the meeting was outside, then we could be speaking to everyone. Since that is not so, I understand what that gentleman was saying. I understand what this lady is saying. When you live in this community like we do, when you hear bullets and the kind of bullets that you hear, you want the support of the police. So when somebody say, because gangs are real, they're not a joke, and they kill people. As he said, I was coming from church yesterday morning. Yes, and a man was shot on George Street, a young boy. Know the fella, know these children, all the kids. And I have been saying over and over again, something is very wrong. When somebody said, I think we need 24 hours police coverage in our community, it is real to them. We know that we have about 6,000 police officers. And we know that the only way at this time, if you live here, that you have any kind of confidence, is if you can go to the police at any time. Now mind you, I live on Duncan Street, and we have a police post on Duncan Street. And it is very interesting. I have been in law enforcement for 40-something years. I'm a 73-year-old woman. And sometimes, only now, since I have made myself known to them, would I get a hearing. But I would always go down there and say, well, hey, look, I don't want these young people standing up there on the corner by me because they form in a gang. Why they form in a gang? Because I know so. I have worked in law enforcement for 32 years in New York, so I know. But they used to give me a big song and a dance about, well, why you come in here? That is for Besson Street. That is for this. That is for that. Well, now we don't have a problem. Because I have been after them, and we have worked, and I bother Officer Lansing all the time, and they don't come and stand by me anymore. What we have, and sometimes I don't understand it, if you have people loitering, just standing up doing nothing, the police will tell you, but we can't tell them nothing because loitering is not against the law in this country. The way you come from. One officer even told me, I don't believe that you was in law enforcement. I had to go in, I said, wait a minute. I went inside my house, I brought my diplomas out and showed them. We want you need somebody to help you in these situations that this lady is talking about, that this man is talking about. And what you really want, you want to know that when you go out there, that somebody got your back. Because we are in a war zone. For the last 10 years, we have had more than 6,000 murders in this country. We didn't go to war with no country. We didn't go to war with Venezuela. We didn't go to war with Guyana. We didn't war with nobody, and we have all these dead black African people. And I wanted to tell them out there that we have to stop doing this. The leaders of the gangs have to stop doing this. We want the support of the police. We know that many police officers associate with gang leaders and all of that. But we know that we have to have a 24-hour police coverage in our community. If we could live, the lady was telling you, where the children go, she frightened me. When you hear bullets, she running under the bed. The police is an integral part of your community. And yes, you want to work with them, or her, or whoever. People are afraid to come out there tonight. They're afraid. Because if I come out, I'm an informer to the gang, and I am not sure where the police is with me, so they don't come. What I'm saying is that we have to look at it in a holistic way, a holistic, serious way. If we have 6,000 police, how we schedule them with these neighborhoods so that people could be comfortable. You're walking down the street the other day when they shoot that, it was 8:20 in the morning, children are going to school. You know how many little children come to the 8:30? You know they're shooting bullets up there. They're frightened. They're really frightened. And they should be able to, when they see the police, know that, well, we were here no police. And they were handled there. And that is all that they're asking. That is all that we're asking in the community. We want to go to every society, everywhere in the world. Have a lot of police, bathrooms, everywhere. But you know that there's one police that you can go to and say, hey officer, you know so, and you believe what you say now, he's going to them. That's all they're asking. That's all we're asking. We know that they are working to root out, and in every system, you root out the bad eggs. You have to do that. You identify them, the leaders, and they root them out. But we ask him to let the police, you know, when you said, well, we could provide more patrol. I'm sure people just deflate. Patrol, they come, but they're not here all the time. You know, they hear gunshots and they sometimes behave like, well, let them kill one another. We want the police to protect us. We want to feel comfortable. And we will work with everybody. Thank you.
The Ugly Truth.
Right? I love to see police persons because I feel a little safe, and being honest, I have no disrespect towards police or anything, but I know police as the gangster trap. You know, so I would be walking down the street and they would slow down. Can I have family? There's that and the other. Meanwhile, somebody's getting robbed over there, right? So I feel like we don't really think that they're doing much, because what we see is what we could attest to, because we could say, well, all right, I saw a policeman running along, a guy, he catch him, all right, we saw, you know, stuff like that. But what we see is them tracking up in St. Babs, a vehicle full of ladies pulling up. I don't know what the ladies, what crime they really committed, but they left. Not in handcuffs or anything, but they pulled up, spent the night and left. Things like that happen, and we see it, and it's almost like, so what they're really doing, you know? And I know that there are police that work, I have family in law enforcement, I know there are people that work, but most of the times you kind of feel like, yeah, but what is your purpose? What you're really doing? I remember, as you all say, to protect and serve. I remember when I was I had my son and I was in City Gate, and rain fell and was flooded. Water is everywhere. Now my son wanted boobies, and I had bags because I just came from clinic, so I had bags and lifting up my son, and I am there trying to stand up and wait for the water to clear. And the police vehicle, a truck, because he has a truck, so they get to come through the water. They come, and I am right in front, standing up, fighting up to feel.
The Ugly Truth.
There's an Instagram post that says news before the news. So nothing is secret anymore. And while the criminals think they're using it to their advantage, so they could always say, well, don't advantage me because I'm taping here, this, that, and the other, which I think is absolute garbage. But the police are the ones that encourage the social media as well, you know. Another point, when I was young or growing up, I felt like police was someone, you look at a police person and you see, yes, they're here to instill some rules and some law. I don't know who we hire in these days, these little young guys. I don't know where. I really have no kind of faith that they could protect me. I feel like I could beat them up myself, you know, things like that. So it's like I think we just kind of need to work on everything, and also, as you were saying, the attitude, right? Some officers are entirely too aggressive, too aggressive, and I feel like good morning, good evening belongs to the Lord. If you were coming on a scene and you have your questions to ask, I'm not upset about that. But good night or whatever, you just come and you're asking questions, and sometimes they even attack people, and I've seen it done. They just, because of how they look. And in 2018, that really should not be occurring anymore. There was a time I was in a car, 3 girls, 2 guys, they were driving, and there was some issue with the rented car. The person who they rented car from, called, blah, 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 and police pulled us up right in Maracas Beach there. And the guy who was driving was red, and the guy in the passenger seat was dark. He was very dark, and he had like plaques, rats. Very well educated, as mind you, but never, well, I don't know, I can't say never, but he not in anything, right? And they left the driver, who was the one who would have actually been a theft, if it was a theft, and they attacked the other guy, and they slammed him on the car, and raised up your hand, and I was like, but wait, how come they're not telling Christian anything? So, you see things like that, people just kind of need to be mindful that you can't just watch somebody and assume they're something. It is a little too much, and the aggression needs to take a step back. I feel like we should probably have a course within the police service, like, know when to be aggressive if the situation calls for things like that. So yeah, that's my contribution. Thank you.
The ugly truth.
Mr. Young, I listened to what you said. You said several things. Let me see if I can take it in step. You said, from the time that you changed the color of the uniform, you can't speak to us anymore. I am getting that you may have had a bad experience with somebody who you may have known for a while, and who at one time that you may have been able to speak to. I think I know most of the officers whose uniform has changed from blue to this color I'm wearing. And I can't say what experience you may have had, but as senior officers, we continue to hold to our oath of office, and we are required to listen. Look how many of us are here. I think you can approach any one of these officers here, regardless of the color of their uniform. I think the color has nothing to do with it, more than we the ones in the khaki uniform, as we have more responsibilities. I listen to most people who offer to come to me and say, Ms. Archie, I have a problem, I want to speak to you. There are at times when you may not be able to entertain the person at the time they would want to, but we are required to listen nonetheless. As it relates to trust, I cannot, in my 37 years of service, cannot say that there are people out there who don't trust the police. I would not make a general statement, because I'll tell you something. Every day that we fight crime, you will be surprised to know the number of persons who would call with information. There had to be some level of trust for them to call and give us the information. You also alluded to the, now I am one to admit that the TTPS is by no means a perfect organization. We are not. We have officers, and I have gotten complaints as well. We have officers who really has gone contrary to what we're supposed to be standing up for. How we know who these officers are? You mentioned that you see officers socializing with some miscreants in the community. That is wrong if that is so, generally. However, you may also see officers mixing with some miscreants in the community. And that can have a twofold effect. And from your experience and the work you do, you will know how that works for us as well. Again, I want to raise the point of we don't trust the police, a blanket statement. some trust have to take place because many of the reports that we have, people calling with information. The Commissioner of Police, he has opened a line and people have been utilizing that line. But prior to that happening, this is the ACP crime and he can tell you many crimes were solved with people calling in and speaking to us. That had to have some level of trust. So to say blanket, we don't trust the police, that is not entirely true. And I'm speaking from a position of information. There are police officers I know that you all said that you cannot trust. We want to know who those officers are. How can we treat with that? How can we get rid of them? But I want you to bear in mind one thing. All of us here were the young boys and young girls who came from a community or society and we chose law enforcement as a career. Some of us, as I said, we hold true to our oath of office. Some has fallen off the slippery, has gone on the slippery slope. Who went down and stayed down, that is who before the court will deal with them. Who are still wearing the blue and gray and operating out there, we want to deal with them. We want to, so we need the information. So that you don't trust anybody here, the number that the commissioner has given out, you can call that number and give that information. Police officers are to protect and serve. The issue of trust, we know we have a lot of work to do because when we take one step forward in building that trust.
The ugly truth.
And you are saying also that the police may have knowledge, but we can't take that to court. We can't take that knowledge to court. Like you said, yesterday you're running to someone or someone running to you while you're going about your duty or your daily the troubles in the streets. But we didn't see that. And we are on the streets now looking for evidence to see if we can solve that crime. And the quest of the commissioner over that number, that confidential number, is so that you can begin to give us the information that we can help put these people away. We didn't see the crime go down, but if someone saw, we'd like to get the information. Because when when that happens, people become emboldened and they can go on to the next crime and kill the next person or hide the gun and break out in the future. We are asking everyone if you have any information and you don't trust any of us or whatever your experience with the police. We have 555, we have 999, we have 800 tips, we have the commissioner's number, we have a C-Safe app where you can type in your information. It's, it's confidential. Crime Stoppers number. The commissioners or the powers that we has given us a number of avenues to feel safe reporting crime. Alright, and I urge you to not sit on it. We need the evidence, not the information only. It may direct us, we'll take it, but the evidence is going to put the people away for interfering with their families. I hope that someone here, as Ms. Archie said, someone here you can find favor in to talk about what you have to talk about. Okay, we really appreciate that. And I myself can speak to the people here at the table. You can speak to any one of us. Ms. Hazel Smith, I always welcome. I always welcome your being present and the contributions, because I look at it as most of your delivery are really teachable moments for us because of your experience as well as it is. One of the things I want to talk about with Ms. Smith is that Ms. Smith belongs to the Besson Street district. She lives in the Besson Street district. And she has taken it upon herself to go out all the things that you all said about the police, she said that she knows it, she lives it, she experienced it, but she wants to make a difference. Ms. Smith has come forward and joined our police. In fact, she's the president of the police, vice president of our station council, thank you colleagues, of the station council. And that is the kind of spirit, because she now has the power to effect the change that we want for the people of the society, of the community. And one of the things you will hear is that that kind of police interaction can only augur well for the community, because you are the one who bring into the police issues in my community and how I want it fixed and how you can fix it and making sure it happens. Alright? So we want to encourage you all, again, as Ms. Archula said about 3 or 4 times, we are not perfect and we really work, we're striving towards it. All of us here working towards it. And also, the fact we come out here, let me tell you, we've been running all day. Right? We've been running. Because we don't sit down, we can't sit down, everybody here is running. But we're taking the time out to come into the communities, to hear you, to work with you, to encourage you to come and help us protect and serve you better. And you know, if it is in your community, you know of issues, and you do not wish to inform the police or not inform us, I take it back, to tell the police about it, what are you doing about it? It's your community. You see the people with the guns. You see the guns being hidden there. Most of us hearing the guns don't know where it's coming from. Anybody telling us that? No. And we hear protection talk. You say people looking on for us. And the same people they want us to lock up, which is the gang leaders and the crime perpetrators. They're living among us. They're existing freely among us and committing the crimes in our presence. So what we're asking is if we can get the information to direct us, where we can get the evidence to put these people away, and we can return the community to the people who deserve to be living in the community freely. Mr. talked about the children who were going to school yesterday. I had to witness the situation yesterday morning, 8:20. We have to take back our communities, not us take it back for you. We will work with you to take it back. But you want to do more. The guns are hidden right in plain sight, you know. We always find them. We go hunting for them. We go scraping for them. So those same guns will be used against you all. But you have to be serious about what you want us to do. And I ask you to be serious about your community. Where else are you going to live? My biggest story at town meeting is how I live in South. I take 2 hours to come in town every day and 2 hours to go back home every night. And look at this, walking town, 2 minutes. And so it's a good place. Let me preserve it. Let's take care of it. Really, let's take care of our communities. Let's take back our communities. I want to talk about how we went into Mango Rose. That's my big story in Besson and those places. And we try our best to influence the people to do better. And they're making baby steps towards, when they say, when it shocked me, Ms. Smith, I can believe this happened on our watch right there. We weren't even expecting that, because we really kind of say, okay, these communities are coming along, they're trying, and we choose to come up through Maka to make the same influence over the people here to get an experience. You know, the people in John are now venturing out, going to work, the men in John working, because everybody relax and we feel comfortable. And we want Chumaka to be the same way too. We want the men to go and get job to take care of the women and the children in the communities. Not to be sit down, imprison themselves with a gun and talk about protecting family with that. We come a lot better than that. Better than that. I spent some time on that. Ms. Smith, loitering is our offense in this country. We know about loitering any day and all is our offense. Alright, so anybody telling us that that's not true in this country, it's an offense. After you have working nights, you're found without saying where you're living and those kind of things, we pick you up. Summary offense. It is gone through the day now. if you can't give a call for your presence standing around here, you can be arrested. It's an offense. Alright? And you know you can find me to fix that. Ms. Archie, who will discuss Ms. Asha issue, a number of issues she has. And Mr. Lucas is here. You should have heard what Ms. Asha is say about the task force. The task force I know. The task force I know. I don't know if we have all this room, but let me tell you, Asha, Ms. Asha, we will try, again, as Ms. Archie talked earlier on, we keep on trying to influence the officers. The issue you spoke of with the baby, I was like shocked, really shocked. I don't know how you felt, because we are here to protect and serve everyone, and serve means service, don't fear of favor, malice, or ill will. And here it is, you know, all these bags, Ms. Archie as a woman, you know, that's bad. And gentlemen, listen, as modern as we are, as Boston citizen as we are, we still need the men to provide and protect us. And if there's a woman in need, please, officers, let's extend our hand to the women in our society and look out for them too. Alright? Sorry about that, I don't apologize for that, but I feel badly about that, because baby, this is the future right here in your hands, okay? As it relates to usual suspects, where your colleague was just what we call usual suspect, to the description. I'm not sure what really happened, I wasn't there, but I'm telling you again, the commissioner, we have a number of what you call customer service courses. People are trained in customer service, and well, like a child, they always take all the training they give them, and it happens. But I believe going along, you will see, if you interact with the police as going along, you will see improvements. Because we really, look how long we fight in crime. How much money they talk about to do, some 1,000 murders we have. So like the other way around is to work with our communities hand in hand. Now what are we going to do? Work with our communities hand in hand. Sandbags Post, the people of Sandbags Post, they expect more from you on the post. Now I know your obligations to the statics and the other parts that you do, but when your patrol duties, look out for the people. I know you won't hear what Ms. Asha said. Now, Mr. Subero from Hearts and Minds also operates in the Lavington area with the other people in Hearts and Minds, and they have a specific function operation Hope and Hearts and Minds. Asha was not specific about who are the people who tracking the ladies up the head. It was Hearts and Minds. Asha, is it Hearts and Minds? Police in black. Madam Counselor, Asha wasn't specific. But you know, well, on the good side, you're nice, you're pretty. Alright? So, you know, Asha. But on the other side, we need the respect, the mutual respect. We, Ms. Archie is on board here, this is the team from Port of Spain, and we will continue driving down these things where people must be respectful, and to get respect also. And if we start, maybe get some more information and collaboration, I should say, from our community members. Thank you.
The ugly truth.
Question that I didn't get answered. He was asking about the rotation of officers. How feasible is that, and how often is it done? Another question, are civilians, or do civilians go through polygraph testing before they become officers? Because I look at lots of the officers, young officers, that I would have gone to school with and would have been in trouble back in school, but they are officers. And yes, persons can change, but if you was giving trouble then, the possibility of you changing so fast, because I'm youngster, without going through the rehabilitation program is quite rare. So I'm asking, do you all do polygraph testing before they become officers?
The ugly truth.
People and the police. Now I'm going to address this on 2 levels, right? The police officers that you see before you here and throughout the service, they came from the various communities that we are all familiar with. An officer goes through training for, in some instances, 6 months, 9 months. I trained for 18 months because at the time they thought it was prudent that the training period be increased. Regardless of the level of training, the quantity of training, there are some things about people that training cannot erase, right? So by taking me and training me for 16 months, 18 months, 6 months, I am still a product of the community. So what we as the administrators are tasked with is continue training as we seek to inculcate the qualities that police are required to have, right? So if you may come across an officer who is harsh, who is aggressive, you have to look at the community that he came from. And while yes, training would have maybe chopped away at some of the aggressiveness, he would still be in possession of some of the qualities that we have to continue working on, right? Asha, another point you made, I want to say that the police have various bodies that are tasked with overseeing our operations from a day-to-day, year-to-year, month-to-month, right? We have like big brother syndrome in that there are faith-based organizations, NGOs, citizen-based organizations. You have the Police Complaints Authority, and these bodies are tasked with overseeing our performance, and they do have a say in how we conduct our business from time to time. And to go beyond that, I may say that you, the citizens, are part of those organizations, in that it is by your input that the commissioner, the service commission, our employers can make changes so that the product coming out of the training academy is something more to your likeness, and at the same time we would be effective in carrying about the change that we wish to bring to the society and the communities. Thank you.
The Ugly Truth.
623-1395 and 623-5173. The fact that nobody is writing means we all know the contact numbers. And further, for those of you that would have liked to share some information tonight that you may consider to be of a sensitive or confidential nature, we have forms available at the registration desk where you can give your information confidentially and it will be addressed. Yes? Can we move on, please?
Pleasant night, everyone. My name is Juliet, and like Ms. Smith, I am a part of the Besson Street Council, and we have taken the position that we will attend all these police town meetings to give, that support to the police, but not only to give the support to the police, but so that our faces would be fixtures, so that our communities, would want to be encouraged and be inspired to support these town meetings, because I believe that it is very helpful and it would serve the purpose of helping the police to get a feel of what the different communities are going through,
if we don't come out and attend these meetings and we just stay in the background and shoo, as we say, then we would not be doing ourselves any good. Having said that, let me say congratulations to the police service for getting your substantive police commissioner, and extend my congratulations to Commissioner Griffith, my two favorite police officers, female police officers. Okay, so I have listened, and a lot of what was said here tonight, trust seems to be the big, word here tonight. And I want to differ a bit on the trust factor of the police and take the bold position and say that I think it's an excuse that the communities fool themselves with. I want to take that bold position and say that. The reason why I'm saying that, how can you not trust the police? It is the very same police that if something happens to you, even though you are repeating that you don't trust the police, the first person that you run to is the police. So I think we are just repeating things that we hear people say and we don't actually believe it. I have had a lot of bad experiences with the police. I have an 18-year-old son, and recently I had a really bad experience with the police. But how does that prevent me from trusting the whole police service? It's like a woman had a bad experience with a man and she doesn't want any man after that. I think something is definitely wrong with that, mentally. So, and it's the same way I believe that despite what might have transpired with my own situation, that the police service on a whole has to be judged on its own merit, and the individual officer who might have erred or might have done wrong to me or a member of a community has to be judged on his or her own merit. So I would like to stand here tonight and say to the people of this community, I don't recognize any faces, but Chumaka is not unfamiliar to me, like most of all of Laventille, because I was born and bred in Beetham Estate, and there was a time in this country when Beetham could have come to Makak and Chumaka could have come Beetham. We could have played netball and we could have played basketball and we could have rivaled one another with sports, with all fours, with whatever. There was a period. So I know about Chumaka, and I was a guy who was living in Chumaka, So I want to say to the people here tonight and to all of Trinidad and Tobago that we have to trust the police. Not because we should, but our country is in a situation where crime could affect any one of us. And we need the police. And we cannot given the situation with crime, we cannot give the criminal element the upper hand on us because they already gone haywire with their criminal activities. So by us continuously saying that we don't trust the police, we continue to give the criminal element that upper hand, not just on the police but on us. It makes it harder for us because the criminal element becomes more powerful now because look at here for instance, right? They are laughing at this. The community is afraid to come out. They are laughing at us. So, by us not trusting or continuously saying we're not trusting the police, is not doing the police anything. It is we are doing our own selves. So my position here tonight, and my face will be affixed here, as I said, on all these town meetings, because I want to trust the police. I want to be able to look at my police officers and see the individuals that somebody would have mentioned. I don't know if it was Adana, somebody would have mentioned that there was a time, I think Young had mentioned it as well, that there was a time in this country when you're a policeman or a policewoman, enough respect. So I want to be part of that, to see that come back to Trinidad and Tobago. So having said that, I just want to say good night to everybody.
The ugly truth.
Are we to end the town meeting missing 2 contributions? This is your opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I believe the community has spoken.
I want to say, with regards to crime and the police situation, the police need to be more people-friendly. How do we approach you all? Because they have a tendency to rough up people. I don't know if they feel that is the status with regards to being a police officer. They tend to always have to rough up and cuff up and, and curse and they had to move away from that kind of stigmatism, so people would want to befriend them, want to come to them. Because I had a simple experience, I'm a single mother. I have 2 children, and I had a flat tire. I swing into Mova Junction. There was a police vehicle parked there. I simply approached the vehicle and said, can you all tell me where I can find one of the gas stations or have a hose? Because I'm driving now. Up to now, the police officer, he turned and he watched me, he got from my face like, I on the phone while you talking to me. The female on the other hand, she turned and said, it's supposed to have a tire shop further up Mova Junction. And there's me after 12 midnight.
The ugly truth.
I've been away for a very long time, through the media and so on. And over the years, you have been an advocate for change and an advocate for progress and so on. And I've known you for a very long time. But you don't know me. Right, so I know of you. And it's pleasing to hear that you support the police and the police efforts of fighting crime and so on. And the trust, because that is a big ticket issue for the police, that bring back trust and confidence in the organization. And you really hit the nail on the head. The people have to trust the police. Now there are bad elements out there. We all know that. Of a recent development where 2 officers were allegedly involved in that offense, right? But it's nice to hear that you champion the cause and you fighting for the police and the public to be one. Police is the public and the public is the police. And you really struck me and touched my heart to hear that kind of support to the police. And I want to compliment you on the efforts that what you are doing outside here, and in particular the communities that you involved with, Beta and Chumakak and so on. So you traverse the area and you know the people. And I will tell you this, many years ago when I was a younger guy, I came from the south and my sister had a relationship with a guy in Port of Spain area. And I used to come up here and play football until small goal. As a teenager, 13, 14 years. I know this is shocking for some people. But I used to come because as a old footballer, I was skillful like that. So I used to come up from point 410, my other brother, and play football, small goal competition in Lamberton. And I was a star there. So, and those days, you don't have no kind of violence and so on. No, it's changed drastically. So, your efforts and efforts with the Smith involved in the police organization and Besson Street Council, it sends the right message. And I ask the people of the area to support the police I know there are persons out there in the organization behave in a manner that doesn't fit the organization. They speak harshly to people, they're not welcoming, and we detest that kind of behavior. So again, Juliet, you are a good figure and face to the organization, and I want you to be more involved so that we could move forward, especially in this area of the Besson Street District Council. So I want to thank you for that kind of contribution.
I just want to say something, and somebody said it tonight that as police officers we may not be affected.
The ugly truth.
You see, when you get a phone call at that time of the morning, you know what it is. You get up and you groan. Oh God, boy. It's not easy to be standing and looking at a body with blood draining from that, but it affects us as well. It's not our relative, it's not anybody close to us, but it's a human being, and we are human beings. It affects us. Why we would want to prevent that? That's why we out here tonight. I left my house since 5:30 this morning. Most of us left our homes. We worked all day. And the point is we have to get up early in the morning to come again. And if we go, Lord forbid, we go to sleep tonight and something happens, we have to get up and move again. We want to stop that. Why we wouldn't care? We care. It's not our relative, but it's a human being. So we are appealing. We're trying to prevent it. We're trying to call out the people. God, we fed up sick blood. We fed up sick blood. It's not a good feeling. I mean, I don't know who will say about counseling for us, but we work with it. We have to witness the post-mortem. We have to see the blood draining. We have to see Miss Asha. We have to see the photos on social media. Civilians send it to me. So sometimes it's not always the police. Sometimes they come upon the scene before the police arrive and they take out the photos. And they share it. And I feel close. I want to see. You know, it affects us. So don't feel like we're in our air conditioned offices and we feel it. We feel your pain. But we want to stop it to people. And you all can do it. You all don't be afraid to call. You feel if I call the police, somebody will talk. 555 800 tips. You call those numbers. Oh, go in your washroom. If you talk too loud in your bedroom or in the living room, go in the washroom. Call and just give the name. You don't need to give your name. Just give the information. We will work on it. We will work on it. And if the information is about roll-ups, well, more so we want that information. Yeah? Thank you.
I would like to really endorse what the ACP, both the ACPs have said as it relates to how we feel. Mr. Young is not here, so he didn't hear our sentiments. But, you know, and I like to speak with the other people who have to call us to tell us. They too experience that pain, that loss. No family of ours, nothing but we feeling that pain too. So Ms. Archie was so on point in describing how each of us feel when we get that phone call where this shooting happens. Ms. Davy, you know, one of the things to talk about is trusting, how people should, instead of using this word trust, across this banner, and they hide behind that banner. Because one of the things I'm going to talk about, you know, when I was talking earlier on the issue, you know that someone is injured, call the police. Everybody coming to help the police vehicle to carry the hospital. Everybody coming around and helping to go in the same police vehicle. We have some information about this person here. You calmly walk in, sir, you're under arrest. Un-apologetic is wicked! Everybody's surrounding the police, want to go. Where is culture coming from? We police have our work to do. It's simple, it's due process. Somebody get locked up, you come in the station, they say, you come take a bail, and so be the case. What's all this? Listen, somebody will get in trouble with that. It is only police who quickly stupidness. It is not going to work. We have our jobs to do. If it is wrong, the person will be released. If the person is to be arrested, let us do our job. Stop surrounding the person. We will get killed like that, you know. Because nobody is surrounding me. I tell you that one time. And just to tell all the people out there who want to fight for turf. Turf is turf. So you own this piece of turf. You see this turf to sell? This turf people talking about? Nobody benefits from this turf. Turf is real estate. So when you talk about fighting for turf, tell me you own a piece of property and that way you're fighting for the protect where you're paying for. This turf talk. Young people who live on turf. Wake up earlier, that doesn't look around here. Right, Asha? Right? Again, Ms. Davy, we really appreciate you supporting us, community after community, councillor and CA2, and all the community meetings. Thank you. We really feel, because Ms. Archie said we leave home since morning, you know, and we will be running all day, you know. And we're going to come out, but we really feel it. We really feel the love because we need that wind, there's that extra, that little wind to take us forward. And we appreciate that. When we see you all, we feel happy because we know somebody understands the struggle. It's just the people who have to buy it, and let's all work together and save our and take back our lovely, picturesque Laventille Hills. Thank you.
Thank you very much, members of the table. Thank you, residents of Chumakak, as I call upon Inspector Lachman, Inspector in charge of the Besson Street Station, to bring us closing remarks.
Thank you, Chairman. Before I do the closing remarks, I just want to say that our station council next meeting is on the 20th of this month at 5 p.m. And I have already created a PowerPoint that I want to show on that day to those who are interested. 5 o'clock at the Besson Street Police Station. And I wanted, I don't want to say to myself, I don't thank you for mention I meeting. I hope you found the meeting thoughtful, provoking and interesting. This was the opportunity to talk directly to persons who are responsible for shaping policing in Port Spain Division. I also want to thank those who took part in the discussion, which for the most part I believe was substantive and on point. I also want to thank the members of the panel for giving their time tonight and the energy to make this meeting fruitful. I also want to thank the media for their presence, the councillor, and other personnel for their time and effort in preparing and getting this meeting to meet expectations. I again want to thank you all for attending and spending your evening with us. And I sincerely hope that you reach out to us when you ever have a concern. We will always listen and you have a safe journey home. Thank you very much.
Ugly Truth. This has been the Ugly Truth Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to our social media pages.